A New Jersey plan to build 3 new youth jails is under fire. Protesters gathering over the weekend at a recommended building site next to University High School in Newark. The other facilities are proposed for Ewing in Central Jersey and Winslow Township in South Jersey. In a statement, Governor Murphy said the administration seeks to balance public safety with the potential closure of existing facilities and opening of smaller regional sites more focused on supportive and rehabilitative services that allow young people the ability to be close to their families and home communities. New Jersey State Senator Nicholas Scutari is in favor of the plan and says if Newark has an issue with it, Linden is open to locating it there.
We already have a pretty close to brand new facility in the city of Linden that's pretty much sitting empty now. So certainly we want to make it a part of the conversation before they go and build a new facility.
The New Jersey Institute for Social Justice is opposed to the plan, estimated to cost $170 million. Joining me now, Andrea McChristian. She is with the New Jersey Institute for Social Justice. Andrea, welcome to Chasey News. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. The state of New Jersey's position is with these 200 plus or minus kids who are incarcerated, better to make it north, central, and south so they're closer to home. They can be in secure facilities, group homes effectively, 48 per, and little groups of 8. Sounds like a great idea. Why are you opposing it?
It's actually a horrible idea. So what happened is that in June 2017, we launched our 150 Years is Enough campaign to close New Jersey's youth prisons and reinvest funds into community-based programs. We already have 11 non-secure residential community homes. These are 30-bed or less facilities for our young people throughout the state. There's one already in Newark that can have up to 25 boys that has about 8. So why don't, our position is just look at what we already have first and fill that up instead of expanding the footprint with new construction projects at a time when our numbers are decreasing.
So if I understand your position, we're not talking about releasing these kids out into the world. We're saying let's just, if we're going to incarcerate them, do it locally, spend less money to harden up a facility we already have. Have I got it right?
Yes. Our position is as many young people as possible who don't pose public safety risks should be in the community with intensive treatment and services. If they do need to be out of the home, let's look to the empty beds we already have. Every young person who's currently incarcerated could be moved to an empty bed in one of these residential community homes, except for 2. So let's look at what we already have before starting with a construction project where we're going to be incentivized to fill up those beds.
Less money, keep the community safe. I think you and I found some common ground here. Thank you, Andrea. Great to talk to you. Appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. Let's
bring back tonight's 8+ panel. Allison Young, Republican strategist, and Garland Nixon, radio talk show host, and slightly to my political left. Garland, your former law enforcement, will start with you on this. I can see both arguments. However, it seems that Andrea has a great point in terms of money. If you can meet the criteria to keep the community safe from violent offenders and spend a lot less than $170 million to build these things, why not do that?
That's right. So the question becomes, where do you spend the bulk of your money? Do you spend the bulk of your money to keep people in prison or to keep people out of prison? So exactly what she's saying, spend less on this whole keeping them incarcerated, and you can take that savings and use it for rehab and other things too.
You know, I used to work on this issue, juvenile reentry, a lot when I was in the White House, and so we've been talking about these juvenile crime rates reducing for the last decade. It's actually really exciting developments that are happening, but still, the problem is with some of these hardened facilities is that the recidivism rate is like 80% for kids coming back within 3 years. So they're not effective in keeping kids back out of prison. It's just a cycle.
Maybe the entire criminal justice system needs to be looked at. Are we being too easy on these kids? Maybe they ought to be serving more time if they're coming back.
I think the problem that we have is, you know, in the 90s and early 2000s when we got rid of all of those programs in prisons and in incarcerated people that taught them skills, that gave them education. I think that's the direction we need to go.
Absolutely, because the successful programs, we have many, many examples of this across the U.S., are the ones that are actually investing in job training and making community connections and community service and giving them a way to build more trust in themselves and in the community rather than just punishing them and keeping them in a punitive system.
All right, maybe we need to separate, though, the violent from the nonviolent, because I think there are many kids that maybe ought to be tried as adults. Let's see. Thanks, guys.